Hello Commanders, this is Vorvanik, and today's video is going to be about balancing real life with competitive gameplay. We all want to be highly competitive, we want to be the top dog in whatever we're doing, and in order to do that you got to put in a lot of time and energy and effort, and that sometimes comes into conflict with real life. So let's talk about some of the things that people will say. They'll say, well, I really can't uh, balance the two because I'm a general and my team needs me. Well, here's the thing. When you look at Alliance, there's multiple members. There's a general, there's colonels, there's captains, there's sergeants, there's privates. It's not run wholly by one person. Well, here's another faux pas. Uh, my alliance is a top alliance, and so in order to be in that top alliance, you have to always be online. Well, we all know that we gotta work, we gotta eat, we gotta sleep, and sometimes we gotta go on vacation or whatnot, spend time with the family. So just so you have an idea, I'm the general of the number 2 alliance. Right now, we are currently engaged in a cap war with the number 1 alliance, and to add to that, pretty much the entire top 10 of the world are all in this cap war. So there is multiple caps going all over the place. So there's them capping us, us capping them, and there's battles going all over. And it changes by the minute. Who's got caps on, who's got cap breaks going, things like that. So don't think that, oh well, there's a cap where I have to be on 24/7. It's okay to send your troops somewhere else. It's okay to bubble. It's okay to do some other things. I understand you want to be competitive, and so therefore you got to be in the game. And then another thing that people say is, well, I got to level comms. Well, you can see right here, my comms not leveled. I'm still a general. I'm still competitive. I mean, I've built up my comms. I've had to level them, and I level them from time to time. But let me go ahead and show you just how many. Where are they? Okay, here's one that's not leveled. More that aren't leveled. I mean, I just haven't got to them yet. I've got, I don't know how many master comms that I still got to level. I mean, I've got a couple pures that I can create. I mean, it's not even funny the amount of comms that I got to level. Gree is throwing so many comms out there that you're not going to be able to ever have them all leveled unless you're coining it. That's another thing that happens. Guys will just try and coin everything. Well, here it is. You see the prices right here? You can quickly get yourself into some serious money problems by just coining because it gets real quick and easy. You just hit the button. You go boop, oh, I want that. Boop, I want that. Boop, I want that. Next thing you know, your credit card looks like Swiss cheese. That's going to cause a lot of problems for you in real life. Another thing that people say is they want to be the best, and in order to be the best, they have to put in the time, energy, and effort. Look, half of that is just being smart on how you set things up. Uh, if you look, I've got queues set up. These things are working while I'm asleep or whether I'm online. Now, not all my queues are big queues like this. I've got queues inside of my OPs that have queues that are popping off every few hours or every 20 minutes or whatnot, depending on what kind of unit type that I'm looking for. And I'm trying to be smart about it, so that way if there is a build event, I'm always going to be in the top 50. Well, why does that matter? Well, because with minimal effort, I'm able to compete. I'm able to get the rewards. So that way I can go ahead and do what I need to do in real life. Does that mean I've balanced it perfectly? Oh, no. My girlfriend last night had a fit. She was telling me that the game is more important to me than she was to me. That caused a little bit of a friction between us, let's just say, because it was a Saturday night. I'm the general of a top 5 alliance, and we're in the middle of a world war, cap wars. So I know that my team wanted me online. I know that they needed cap breaks. They needed me to teleport on people. They needed me to crack heads. I teleported on the general for the top alliance. I took over 100 million from him, and my team still needed more. If only 5 people are online, they're going to demand so much more from those top 5 pay. It's just how it is. If there's 50 on, then they're not going to require as much, and you're going to get so much more done. I understand having more people online at every given time is going to make you more powerful, but in the end, it's probably going to lead to some kind of issues in real life. Remember, the game is meant to challenge you, to enhance your life, to provide enjoyment. It's a leisure activity. It's for recreation. It should not lead to money problems, family problems, or work problems. I don't know how many times I've been talking to guys and they're like, "Hey, I'll get online when I'm at work." It's like, dude, don't get fired. I mean, last thing you want to do is, have your boss catch you when you're working. You're supposed to be checking emails, or you're supposed to be handling customers, or you're supposed to be moving cargo, or whatever it is that you're doing. If you got to, get on the game when you're at work because there's some kind of rewards, or there's some kind of thing going on with the game, cap wars or whatnot. Do it when you go on the bathroom. Go for your bathroom break, log in for 2 or 3 minutes, send your attacks, set your queues, accept your rewards, whatever, and then go back to work. Balance this stuff. If you're going to be out of the game for a few months, or a few weeks, or a few days, and you know that you really need to not be a drain on your alliance, well, if it's only for 3 days, use a 72-hour bubble. That's why they made them. I mean, when time comes for me to bubble, I'm normally not the one bubbling me. I have my girlfriend bubble me. She really likes having the control of being able to select the 12-hour or the 72-hour. Now I'll tell her, hey, look, go ahead and bubble me for 12 hours. And she knows that she's got me for that 12 hours. I'm not supposed to be checking chats. I sometimes, sneak away and I get some chat time in. Don't tell her. She'll bubble me for 72 hours next time. And she'll always flirt around with a 72-hour bubble. Now, I've only let her bubble me for 72 hours once, but man, that was a big smile. And, it gives her some kind of control over this. It lets her know that I'm going to be there. I'm not just going to be constantly, oh, hey, am I getting an alert? Am I getting a chat? What's going on in the game? Um, some of the things that I've used that have helped me and have helped my alliance is, now I'm active duty U.S. Army. So sometimes I'll go away for weeks on end, and I won't have much notice. So what I'll do is I'll pass off my super bases. Now, as you can see, I've got some fair amount of resources. Now, I recently let someone that returned to this world, I gave him a 38. All right, here you go. I'll take a little OP. And at the time, I was at 290 million UV, and I was burning fuel, so I needed to just burn off some troops, and I needed to uh, have fuel rating OPs and stuff like that. So I would pass off my super bases when I would go on these exercises. Um, One of the ways that helps people have peace of mind is they'll say, "Oh well, I've got all these units, and I want to make sure that they're not being destroyed when I'm not online." Okay, so walk them. Well, what do I mean by that? Some people call it flying. So this particular base is right over here, and I'll fly it or walk them to the other side of the world. What that does is uh, I'll target a low-level NPC, whether it's a 2, whether it's a 4, whether it's 6, whatever it is, whatever fits my fancy at the time. And instead of clicking on the command center, because sometimes people like to leave traps, especially during a box event, you know, or during a BP event, so I'll target one of the resource buildings. And I'll just send full waves from all my different bases to different NPCs, and my units are safe while in the air. As long as I've got enough fuel, they're safe. Well, how do I protect my bases? Well, my my alliance should be protecting my bases. As long as I have left my best comms in my bases, they only have to provide a little bit of units to cap break. Or I rely on morale boost. But bottom line is I don't have to be on 24/7. I can still keep my units. I can still keep my bases. Um, Another thing that you can do is you can bubble. Now, I'm currently bubbled. Um, And the way I'm contributing to my team right now is I'm providing safe haven for them to go ahead and be inside my bases. Their units are protected. If they don't have the ability to bubble and they want to be able to have the peace of mind that their units are safe while they're sleeping, or they're at a party, or they're at a concert or whatever, they go ahead and put them in somebody's bases. And that's how I'm contributing to my team right now, while I'm in a bubble. A general and a cap war in a bubble. Now, just so y'all know, I didn't lose any bases. I wasn't in danger of losing any bases. I just needed to bubble so that way I could get some sleep, spend some time with my woman. She was a little bit happy. She wasn't real happy because we had to have a fight in order to do this. But, that's kind of why I'm having this video today. I just want to go ahead and share some of these things. Now, let me go ahead and show a couple memes. Now, we joke around about these, but they're based in fact. And it's actually quite sad, but uh, War of Nations is kind of like a drug for a lot of us. And I say us because I'm probably one of the most hardcore gamer players out there. Um, I'll go 12 hours straight without eating, drinking, going to the bathroom, and I'll just be playing. I'll just be constant on it. I'll be going through the chats. I'll be going through the game. I'll be just trying to compete. And that's by trying not to spend money. Um, and this is another thing. Gree keeps putting out comms. For a long time, we thought the 90 comm was rocket unless you could finally get a Devil Doll or an Echo. And then we were like, oh my god, 100 comms. And then the champion comms came out and we were like, oh, they've got 110 comms. Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. And then they came out with 120 comms. Why am I talking about all these comms? Because you're always going to be leveling unless you're just coining out to have them leveled instantly. Well, it's not even instantly. You got to sit there and push the button 1,000 times on the 100,000 veteran training boost. It's just, you're never going to have all your comms leveled. I mean, I don't have all mine leveled. I don't know of anybody that's got all theirs leveled. And I'm chalking with all the top tier players across all the different worlds for Android, and a couple of them in iOS. Bottom line is, you're never going to be completely done. That's why the game keeps going. So, whenever the game starts to affect your real life in a negative way, you need to step back and think about what is more important, your real life or your position in the game. And trust me, I get it that the game gives you pleasure, it gives you a sense of power, prestige, it really boosts your ego. You get to talk to other people about how you did these great and wonderful things and how you took down this big badass, or you had this super mega, 150 mil hit with your Omega. Well, that's nice and great, but does your grandma care about it? Does your son or daughter care about it? Does your boss at work care about it? Does your buddy that doesn't play the game care about it? No. So remember, it's a game. It's meant to enhance your life. It's meant to be enjoyable. It's meant to be challenging. It's meant to just be something as a distraction. Help you get along through your real life. Anyway, this is Vorvernick, and I just wanted to take some time and actually talk about balancing real life and the game.